Hi everybody, I'm attorney Aiden Kramer with the Law Office of Aiden Kramer in Colorado, and you're watching All Up in Your Business. In this episode of All Up in Your Business, I'm going to talk about how you add a member or an owner to your LLC. Let's say you've been operating an LLC as a single member LLC, but now you want to take on a business partner. There are a lot of reasons why this might come up. Either you need capital and you're looking for someone to invest money into your business, or this potential partner has some valuable skill or knowledge that you want a part of your company, and that's best achieved by taking them on as an additional owner or an additional member of the LLC. If you decide for whatever reason that you want to add a member to the LLC, the first thing you should do is look at your LLC's operating agreement. If you don't have an LLC operating agreement, make one. If you still don't have an operating agreement, then look at your state's laws. Most, if not all, states are going to have some statute explaining how and under what circumstances an additional member can be added to an LLC. Colorado, for example, says that members can be added to an LLC upon unanimous consent of the existing members. So as a single member LLC, your consent is unanimous consent. So yay, you can check that box. You've already got that part done. But you still want to document in writing, signed by you, that you are, as the sole owner, as the single member, consenting to the addition, bringing in this new member. If your operating agreement says something different, or if your state says something different, if it's a majority consent that's required, document that in the same way. Still, as the sole owner, you are the majority. So whatever your operating agreement or the state says is what you need to follow. When you're adding a new member, and particularly going from single member to multi-member LLC, this is a time when you would want to amend your operating agreement. Or if you didn't already have one, you definitely need one now. The operating agreement for a multi-member LLC is going to look pretty different from a typical operating agreement for a single member LLC. There are a lot more variables now in play. There's percentage ownerships, voting requirements. One of you might die or get a drug addiction or get divorced or disabled, and all of these things are not only going to affect the LLC, but they're also going to affect the other members. And that's what the operating agreement does, is it addresses all of those factors and provides guidance on what should happen in those situations. Amending the operating agreement is also probably going to require some sort of written consent. Your state might require that all members consent to amending the operating agreement before you can actually amend it. So whether you're the sole owner or there are already other members in the LLC, make sure that the proper number of members are consenting to amending the operating agreement. You may also need to amend your articles of organization. This is going to depend on your state. Some states require that the articles of organization list all the members who are a part of that LLC. Colorado, for example, doesn't require that. So if you add new members, you can, but don't have to amend your articles of organization to add those additional members. And then you also need to alert the IRS that you've added another member. If your LLC was a single member LLC taxed as a sole proprietorship, now that there are two members, it's going to be taxed as a partnership. So in that instance, you would need to file IRS Form 8832 to tell the IRS that the tax status of the LLC has now changed from a disregarded entity, which it was previously, to a partnership. So the IRS is aware that it's now going to be taxed as a partnership. Depending on your exact circumstances and the exact details surrounding this transaction, there might be other legal or tax issues that could arise from bringing in an additional member. So because of that, since it always varies, it's best to work with an attorney to help you with this process. And if you are the new member who's coming into the LLC, it's also a good idea to have an attorney of your own to help you, because the interests of the LLC as it exists now may not be the same as your interests coming into it. So you want to make sure you have an attorney who's looking out for you, while the LLC's attorney is looking out for the LLC, and then hopefully the two of you can come together on an agreement of how you coming into the LLC is going to affect you, the other member, and the company as a whole. If you're in Colorado and would like some assistance with bringing in a new member to an LLC, or if you're going to be joining an LLC, please feel free to contact me. My phone number and email are below. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Aiden Kramer, and I'll see you next time.